Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I have a couple of reviews for you. Now, you know, I don't normally consider myself a review channel, but several people asked on Instagram if I would share my review of the Bellabeautuebar palette. And I also finally got my Glamlite order. Finally, we'll talk about that in a minute. I picked up the new highlighter from BH. I have a new cream or liquid blush from Covergril. So I thought I would just walk you through everything. So I'm going to kind of go backwards. I'm going to try to scoot over so I can put an overlay of, I just filmed me getting ready. So my foundation a little dark. This NARS foundation, I don't know. I think it kind of oxidized a little. I've never had this issue, but I've also never worn it with this NYX primer. So I think that might be the issue. But yeah. Okay. Let's start with the lips. So I picked up the Velma and the Daphne lip kits from the Scooby-Doo collection. The only thing I really wanted was the blushes. They're beautiful in pan. But like I was like, let me just get the free shipping. So I went ahead and picked up the lip kits. So I've got the Daphne and I've got the Velma. And again, I'll insert some footage. So I put this on my lip, and this is probably one of the worst lipstick formulas I've ever used in my life. Like ever. And going the color is like, it's not my color for sure. I'm not someone who loves concealer lips. Look at it on the hand. It doesn't look anything like this on the lips. So it's also a very dry, like it gooped on my lips. It was weird. So this is not what I ended up on my lip. You can see as I put it on, this was a bit more pasty, and I kept trying to like get everything off my lips so there wouldn't be anything interfering. So I don't know. I'll try it again for sure because I have it, but initial thoughts are no thank you. The gloss, however, the gloss, I don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but you can see it looks like it's got a bit of duochrome to it, and it has a bit of duochrome to it, and it has this really pretty shift. Let me see if I can show you. So it's so pretty. Like it's so pretty. I'm going to keep wearing the lipstick in this to see what I think. Again, the formula feels really dry, but maybe I had something on my lips. I don't know. I felt like I wiped them off as good as I could. So next, let's talk about the BH highlighter. I am not impressed. I'm not impressed. This feels kind of dry to me. I cannot get the flipping package open. I feel like it's, I don't know, it's just dry. Like it doesn't feel creamy, it doesn't feel velvety, it just feels dry. This is the color, Lord. I don't have any idea. I will try to look at it. Sunflex Power Highlighter, I don't know, but this is, no. This is a no from me. It is a little deep, but it's just so powdery. Like it's just so powdery. I would say no to this one. If you want a really nice one, I had to buy a new one because my other one broke. This is the Luster Highlighter in White Rose from Revolution. And you can I actually picked up this BH highlighter on the Revolution website. But this is buttery and creamy and velvety, and it blends out beautifully on the skin. And you can see they're almost a similar color, but I would 100% pick this over this. I'm just saying. Okay, so now let's move on to the cream cheeks. I had picked up this Clean Fresh cream blush from Covergril off of Walmart. You know how I've said it before, if I need like $2 or $3, $4 or $5 to get the free shipping, I'm going to throw a blush or something in. So this is in the color Flushed. This is beautiful. This is a bit more orangey than I would normally go for, but it's really pretty. And you need like, boop, that little bit will do both cheeks. Like you saw me use it. Or you're watching me use it. I'm gonna pick up, I want to pick up a few more colors, but I've got like 30, I think. So not of CoverGirl, but you know, of other brands. So yeah, really pretty. I really liked it. It's definitely one that I will wear again. And so we'll see. I've brought a lot of blushes into my collection. A lot of blushes into my collection. I probably should just do a video about all the blushes I brought into my collection. Okay. Next we have the blush palette. So again, this is really the only thing I wanted from this Glamlite collection. I didn't really like the look of the palette. It's too spaced out. It's too big. I don't like Scooby-Doo. Like, I really don't. I didn't like the cartoon when I was young. It's not my thing. But you guys know I love blushes, and this color, both of these colors were just like, pick me, pick me, pick me. This pink one especially. These are beautiful. Beautiful and pigmented. They feel dry when you touch them, but they go on beautifully. They really, really are pretty. However, if you're looking for something not quite as expensive, I stumbled upon these blushes from Makeup Revolution. These are called the Luster blushes. So it's in the same line as that highlighter. These are gorgeous. These are gorgeous. Oh my gosh, these are gorgeous. I almost bought all of the colors, but I was like, Misty, no, they're so good. Of course, they're a little bit different because these are more of a glowy blush, where the ones from Glamlite are a little glowy, but they're not quite that glowy. Look at that. I brought a lot of brushes into my collection. Maybe I should sit down and do a video and count all of them. Maybe not. All right. Last but not least, let's talk about this one. So I've actually done, I don't know, 7 looks, 8 looks with this palette now. Let's talk about the saga. So if you don't know the saga of this palette, this is the Bellabeautuebar Pastel Garden palette. It comes in like a faux leather. You can see it's very glittery, and that's because all of these eyeshadows have a lot of glitter fallout. This is what it looks like on the inside. Really, really pretty. I watched Angie from Angelica Nyquist do a couple of looks with this palette, and she swatched it out, and like, that looks beautiful. So I placed my order on April the 6th, and I got a shipping notification on April 25th. And by April 20th, so that was a Wednesday. So by April 28th, I reached out and was like, hey, I noticed that this hasn't been dropped off at the post office. I'm just checking, checking in, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh no, it's been dropped off. She said, if it doesn't move over the weekend, by Monday, reach out to me. So that was Monday the 1st. I reached out to her on the 1st, and she said, let's give it until the 5th. I was like, okay. So I went ahead and reached out on the 4th because this thing literally hadn't moved, and it's had a week. And she was like, oh, you'll have to go through route, whatever you call it. It's the shipping kind of insurance that a lot of companies are using now, which I think is really smart. But still, so I reached out to them, and they're like, oh, there's nothing we can do because this just says that the label was created. It doesn't show that it had been dropped off at the post office. So I reached out to her, but I told them, I was like, I have emails where she states she dropped it off at the post office. So they ended up working together behind the scenes. I get an email from Root saying that they can't help me and they close my case. And I get an email from her, saying, hey, do you want a refund or do you want a new palette? And I said, I want a palette because I've wanted to try your formula. And at this point, I wasn't pissed off at her. So on Friday the 5th, she's like, okay, I'll get this in the mail on Monday. So Monday was the 8th. By Thursday, I reached out and said, I want a refund. Like, this was the 11th, right? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, it's already been fulfilled. I've already, it's already in a box. It's already ready to go. And I was like, fine. So Rob's like, what are you going to do? I was like, if this doesn't ship and move by Saturday, I'm going to do a chargeback on my credit card. Because at this point, I've basically been robbed because they're holding this palette hostage. So I finally got the palette on May 16th. So that was what, 12-ish, 13-ish days since I got the shipping notification. And then a whole other, 21 days? Nope. 28 days or whatever. No, it's the 18 or something days from the 6th to the 25th. Lord, I can't even talk. Now, on their website, it did say 10 to 15 business days for processing. No big deal. But it was, telling me that she was going to ship it on the Monday and she didn't. And me having to reach out to her on the 11th, they'd be like, hey, can I just have a refund? And her going, it was just really kind of per my email kind of emails, you know what I mean? Like, rah, rah, rah. And I was like, bitch, you better not. I have kept my cool. I have kept my composure. I have not roasted you everywhere, but I will. So anyway, I told Rob, I was like, if it doesn't move, by Saturday, I'm going to do a chargeback. And it moved, and I ended up getting it on Monday the 16th. I swatched it, and I mentioned on Instagram that I thought some of the mattes were thin. So what that means to me is I swatched them, and number one, they feel super duper powdery, and it's like a rough powder. It's not a soft, kind of velvety, smooth powder. It's a little bit of a rough powder, and then when you swatch them, there's barely anything there. You can kind of see. You can't really see them. When I went to build a lighter one on a darker one or vice versa, I got patchiness and baldness, and I'll put up that one. It's when I used the I don't know if you guys can see the patchiness. This is the third eye look I've tried with this palette. And right now I have the Milk Makeup. Nope, the NYX Milk eyeshadow stick as a primer. But I did this earlier with my Painterly too. So I don't know if you can see it. I can see it. I can't get it. There's no blending. I can't get it to blend. I'm gonna have to try some more. And I found that to be, like, that happened quite a bit, that they didn't really blend together. If you put a matte on top of another matte, sometimes it could be a little patchy, a little balding. I tried them. Today I just used Matte Painterly Paint Pot, and I feel like I got pretty nice. If I'd done the Milk Makeup stick from NYX, it would have been brighter. All right, here's the first eye look. So this is the eye with the Milk Makeup stick, and this is the eye with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. And you guys, I'll post up the look where I use that, and you can kind of see the difference. So my only complaint is the shimmers, and it's not so bad today because I actually brought my mattes down to my lid. But a lot of these shimmers look the exact same way on the eye, even though they're different colors. So like this one, and this one, and like this one. They're colored in the pan, but when you put them on, it's basically just the gold. You just see gold. You don't see like the base pigment because it doesn't feel like there's any. So whatever color you want the shimmer to be, you're going to have to put the matte underneath it because these feel more like topper shades than actually realer shimmer shades. And again, that's what I did today. You can see in the demo, like I brought the mattes all the way down to the lid. If you're a darker skin tone than me, this whole top row is not really going to work for you. This is like, you can see this one and this one. That's what I mean by thin. See how kind of light and where'd they go? They don't build either. So it's not a palette that I would repurchase. In fact, I'm going to try to sell this one. If you're interested in it, I'll take like $58 US plus shipping. You can message me. My email is in the description box down below. I will ship internationally if you want to pay for shipping, but it might be cheaper to ship from her. I don't know. So yeah, I really like the look of the NYX palette, which was kind of like those kind of rosy, darker mattes, but I just can't. Because there was nothing in the box. There was no, no note. I'm so sorry this took so long, blah, blah, blah. I really hope that you'll give us another chance. Like nothing in an email, nothing. After I got that rude ass email back about how it's already been fulfilled, blah, 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 blah. It was like silence. No messaging to make sure I got it. No messaging to make sure that I liked it. So I don't know. When you're a small company like that, I have different expectations when it comes to customer service. It's those little things that make a person want to come back, because especially in this business, especially in the makeup business, especially in eyeshadow business, there are so many companies with such good formulas, and this was just such a letdown. So yeah, I can't recommend it, mostly because of customer service, but also because I just have better formulas in my collection. But yeah, so what would I recommend? These blushes are really, really pretty. So if you can put up with the Glamlite shipping, then I would, these are really pretty. But again, I kind of like the Revolution ones a bit better. The gloss is beautiful. The lipstick, I don't really care for. Again, I'll use it some more and then I'll report back to you. But I think you have to buy them in a set. What else? that's really it. The Covergril blush is beautiful, and you don't need very much of it. It'd be interesting to see what other colors they have. So yeah, so I hope this video was helpful. I hope this turned out quick, because I was a little worried that it's probably not quick. Sorry for that. So again, anywho, that's it. If you would like the Bellabeautuebar palette, first come, first serve, just email me, jollyfitoff@gmail.com. Let me know what your thoughts are on everything that I talked about. Have you purchased from Bellabeautuebar? Did you like the formula? Did you get the Scooby-Doo things? What did you think of the formula? Are you going to pick up these Revolution blushes? If you do, tag me and let me know, because I want to know that you love them as much as I do. That's it. Thanks, friends. You're going to be seeing this a lot. So I'm filming this on the 27th. I haven't done my paranormal. I haven't done alcohol. I haven't done any updates. I am so far behind. So you're going to see this look probably 32 times. Maybe not quite that many, but you're going to see it a lot. So I'll do the best I can. I'm going to change shirts though, because this one a little tight on the bat wings of a channel. So yeah. Anyway. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram. I'm at MistyPans. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces. I'll see you real soon. Bye for now.